Okay, we're on. Um, Welcome. Good morning. This is Don, the Radio Don podcast live. It is Sunday, March 23rd, 2025. Hope that you're doing well. Um, you can help us out by following us. We are very close to 2,500 subscribers, which thrills me to no end. You can comment. You can share this podcast because this one is going to stay up. The one I did just a few minutes ago was just still trying to figure out this new broadcast setup. You can also follow me wherever I am on social media. It is Linktree/Radio Don. That's linktr.ee/Radio Don. You can find out where I am on social media, some of the news stories that I post on said social media, and also my birthday's coming up. So if you'd like to throw in a little for that, those links are there as well as a shopping link where if you purchase something from there, I get a little taste because I am a affiliate of that particular organization. So here we are. And we have an exclusive from the Manchester Guardian. It's just the Guardian, but it is the Manchester Guardian. And they did a poll. Let me see. Let me see who did this poll. This was well, I guess it was done by the Guardian. And it says that 20% of Americans support boycott of forums aligning themselves with the 7 Mountains/47 agenda. I think you know who I'm talking about here because I'm trying not to mention that person's name. 20%. It also says a significant share of people will not do business with people who are not as woke as they are. They split this thing into sections, and I think I lost it here. So let me just get that back here. So here is the thing. Gen Xers are probably the ones who will boycott the most. 53% of Gen Xers will boycott. 46% of millennials will boycott. It drops significantly with Gen Xers and boomers because we know what time it is actually. Race and ethnicity, Black respondents and Hispanic respondents would be the ones who most be into a boycott, over 50%, Asian 34%, white 29%, and obviously the great majority of Democrats, well, not exactly the majority of Democrats, 49% would boycott, 32% independents, 29% Republicans. Those are people who more likely to boycott something. And they also said here that the new poll also shows that a significant share of Americans, not the majority, but a significant share, would avoid companies that drop social inclusion policies. Here is the problem with that. Most of these people have money. Most of these people can afford to boycott, say, Target. I know there is a boycott of Target, and Target has not yet responded to this one way or the other. I'm an old man. I will be 70 in about 4 weeks. There's not that many places where I live where I can actually get groceries. But there is a Target within walking distance. Should I drive all the way up to Walmart to honor the boycott, or if I need food, do I go get where the food is? And since I don't have the money to A, buy a car, or B, call up Uber, I have to walk. I have to go pretty much across the street. I have to. Not only that, all my prescriptions are in the CVS in that Target. I am sympathetic, more than sympathetic. I also have my own theories about why certain companies have done this. But I don't have the funds to go somewhere else. I don't have the means to go somewhere else. Most people who boycott can afford to. Remember, this is not 1965 where you're basically boycotting one particular store. When they had the boycotts of that lunch counter, that Woolworth's lunch counter in Mississippi back in the 60s, it was at one Woolworth store. They weren't boycotting the entire FW Woolworth's chain. It was at one store. That is why it was effective. These days, almost everything is so vast and just so large that it's almost boycott proof. And my question is, do people in the age range that would be 53%, the Gen Xers, Black Gen Xers, are those the people who would usually go to Target anyway? Or do they go to somewhere else? It would be interesting. A lot of the people that I see going into to Target are, well, about my age. Same with Walmart. I almost said Woolworths. But a lot of people just go to some other place. They're already boycotting them. Now, this is supposed to be a 40-day boycott. I don't know if we're halfway through. I had to go into the Target down the street because that is where my medicine is. And I had to go in. And I didn't discern any difference between going in on that Tuesday afternoon and any other Tuesday afternoon that I would go into into Target on. Now I know that there's some people who are probably thinking, Don, have you partaken of the MAGA Kool-Aid? Hell no. I have not. 47 is still evil, controlled by evil people. He has hired evil people. The little troll who is his mini-me is evil. Now, that does not mean that you should go around and torch Teslas. This is the one thing I agree with him on. That is terrorism. It was terrorism by torching a Tesla. It was terrorism by breaking into the Capitol on 1/6. It was terrorism by burning down all these buildings during the George Floyd mess. It has been, and always will be terrorism. I'm sorry. I think the thing is that this is the only thing we know what to do. So we lean back on the stuff that we thought worked back in the day. We all thought that being out there, marching and chanting and stuff like that is going to work. These people who are right now occupying the White House and seats in Congress, seats in the Senate, some of those seats on the Supreme Court, some of your governorships and mayorships and city council members, they're not listening to you. They're listening to, as the guys who make Hebrew national hot dogs would say, a higher power. They're not listening to you. And we're stuck with these things that apparently don't work. And violence never works. We need to find out, we need to come up, I should say, come up with a new tactic. I don't know what that tactic is. I'm going to be very honest with you. When people come on, do podcasts and stuff like that, they have all sorts of answers for you, which are probably more idiotic than the answers they were railing against. I don't have an answer for you right now, but I do know that we need to do something that's a little bit more effective than what we're doing now. Burning Teslas are not going to save the country. Boycotts are not going to save the country. Because these people have been influenced by people who will burn things down. Thing is that I feel that all of this is being engineered by somebody. Somebody wants us to be at each other's throats. I thought this for years. So you do something that will get people to be at each other's throats. Pardon me. I'm not in a studio. I'm in my one-room apartment, and the heater comes on from time to time. But somebody does want us to react in a certain way. The most dangerous person in the world is someone who knows exactly what buttons to push to get people to do exactly what they want them to do, so you can push out your own agenda based on that. It could be used for good. Ask Madison Avenue. It could be used for evil. Ask Stephen Miller. I'll just end with this. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what not to do. I can tell you that we are running out of time. And things that usually take about 6 months to act on are not going to work here. And even if they take the action you want, the other side is willing to take as strong, even stronger action against them if they go against their wishes. We are at CW2. Our response to all of this must be nonviolent. It must be legal. And it must be effective. Right now, we're only doing one of those three things. Most of us are doing two of them. The effective part, I'm not too sure about. If you've made it this far, thank you for making it this far. We really appreciate it. We are not sponsored by anybody. We are not part of the revenue sharing program of either one of the platforms that we're on. So you can help us out by going to our link tree, finding the one place that you can actually support us on. That's linktree/Radio Don, linktr.ee/RADIODON. You can go there, and if you choose to do something along those lines, thank you. You can also follow us wherever we are socially. If you want to follow us here on this platform, all you have to do is just push that button. Comment, please. If you're respectful, I can even attempt to debate you. We don't have a Patreon right now, but we're working on it. So once we get that going, we'll let you know. Thank you very much for listening to us on a Sunday morning. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.